How does this? I don't know what to say. Hello? It's Johnny and the Hatter Show. What is missing? Missing as always. With him as always is Garth. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I texted him when we had 5 seconds left, and I still don't know. Guten Morgen, Deep Space Niner. Well, good morning, everybody. Let me also hold on. You know what? I need to make sure the correct microphone is being used, and it is. Okay, good. Well, this is going to be weird for who knows how long. I mean, it's not like I've never done it live by myself. So in the chat, I can only see since I've been in here. So I guess the NECA King has been complaining about something, according to some of you. I don't know what's going on. Devin Decker, good to see you. We've got Video Power Gaming, Charlie Squared, Reed, Elio, Toy Wander, Tristan, Slim Jim, Just Tapes, I like that. A Hamilton, Jamesy, Deep Space Niner, Spidey Kid, mixing mashups, Super Mario Brothers. Look at all these people here. Same Time Toys, even. Clint is here. Flip with the laughing emoji at what? Probably something that I just didn't read because we're in a hurry to read all these names. Sometimes it gets a little too much. Okay. Yeah. Late Hatter late. I'm going to assume that he's going to jump on and be like, oh, my alarm didn't go off. Oh, or his house exploded and he doesn't exist anymore, which is where I'm putting my money. So good morning. Sorry to those of you that like this show because of him and not me. Imagine what that feels like to be so sad this early in the morning. Yeah. If you haven't seen, I have the other channel that I have, Nostalgia Reboxed. I've been trying some new things over there, and right now I'm doing these like kind of behind the scenes stuff. I do have some reviews that were like old and never got released because I never did all the B-roll. So I just kind of threw something together and released them. So fresh from the vault, I guess you could say. And then you kind of get to see this new background. But the first official video with this in my new place, the new setup and everything is Saturday. And it's going to be you can't really see him, the gigantic Broly from Beast Deities. So hopefully y'all dig it. I have some new challenges in this new space I'm trying to work out. This is one of my favorite things. Hold on. Let's do that. There you go. Make it happen. Make it happen, folks. I had that in our old apartment in the bedroom on my side of the bed on the wall because and my phone screen for a long time. Just make it happen, folks. All those things you think about doing, you want to try out, or for me it was getting started on YouTube back in whenever that was, 2021, I think, with my other channel, my Space and Science. So, gosh, right on time, not late. This is fine. Don't worry about what the intro was. This is now the intro. Good morning. Oh, we can't hear you. Of course, we can't hear you. God. Look at him. He's so... What? Why? What happened? I paid $250 for his fucking microphone.
All right, what about now?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds like you spent some money on that bad boy. It's so crisp and clean.
I
still haven't used it though.
On what?
Beyond live streams.
Like what should I use it on?
Why don't you spend all that money just for live streams?
No, I mean I'll use it for something else. Like if I do like a parody song or something like that. You know?
Okay, but not your actual videos because you'd have to record into your computer separately.
I have to figure out a way to put the microphone into the phone because I record a lot of my videos on the phone. So I gotta figure that shit out.
Yeah, it might not be an option unless that brand offers it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it does. I mainly wanted it for the live streams, but I jumped on my stupid PC and it did that thing where it's just like you have updates, and I'm like, no, I don't want the updates, and then it made me do a restart.
Yeah. Windows classically ruining a lot of things for a lot of people. You have 32 updates to install.
Yeah, I hate that shit, dude.
It's so
Sorry, I'm late, everybody.
yes. You should be sorry. I think this is the third time we've seen you wear your wedding ring. One time in a video a couple weeks back, I mentioned it in the comments. Your purchase video and right now. Why is that?
No, well, I didn't. You're very observant, John. I don't know if I like that.
I think by it not being there, we never noticed it. And then by it being there is now like this
No, I didn't have a wedding ring for the longest time because I never wear my actual wedding ring because, like, I don't know, I'm like afraid of like, I don't know, like
losing a
losing it.
finger.
So I had like one of these like, what's it called, like substitute wedding rings or something like that, and I had it for like the longest time where I just wore it, but then it broke. Like it was like just some cheap thing, and then I just never replaced it. And then uh, I was at I was at the mall with my wife a few weeks ago, and she's like, "Oh, you should." She's like, "You should get another wedding ring." And when your wife says you should get another wedding ring, that
It's
means that like, hey,
buy a
stupid,
fucking ring.
yeah, buy a wedding ring. I don't like you. You know, I don't like you not wearing. You need to make a statement of our love. And so I was like, okay. So I just walked into a place and I was like, this is cool. And then I got it. And then
And,
that
okay.
was it.
All right. Well, good. Glad to see you there. As part of the family again.
As what?
Part of the family again.
Yes. I got family. Who does it? Oh, that's Jay, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
stupid, annoying. I got family.
Just imagine every week Toka that Razor gives you like 10 new members. And you'd have to do that every time.
Yeah, you got to do it every time. Yeah,
Ugh.
Jay, it's a little hack. Okay, you don't have to. You're not beholden to do it for the rest of your life. Just fucking.
Maybe he is. Maybe he has a contract with Vin Diesel.
Yeah. John, I gotta say,
Say it.
yesterday I had a revelation about Jimmy Tatsu and Aruku Saki. I don't know if I should get into it now, but
Save it.
I had an episodic revelation.
We'll save it. That'll give people a reason to stick around.
Okay. All right. God.
Trash around my plastic. Yeah, but these are because we stream on two different channels. Everything is split. So whether it's a super chat or memberships or whatever, they're all separated. I think both of us would probably recommend. I know it makes it harder, but we probably recommend like for him, Patreon, and then for me, Ko-fi, because it gets you access to different things. I can get into Discord and stuff, but for me,
Actually, you know what, John? I was thinking of doing.
Plus tons of discounts on the stuff I sell. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was thinking of doing either like member or Patreon. I think lives are the easiest. Like if it's like, we do our live and then I might just start doing like just, I don't know, like a live here and there or a video here and there. Or maybe if it's a review that nobody's fucking interested in on the main channel, which happens a lot, which is let's face it, most of my reviews. Maybe I just put it like a member. I'm going to start. I already have plans. Okay. So maybe become a member. All right. If you really want to know if you really want the whole shebang, the whole Hatter shebang, John. Okay.
Yeah,
John,
like the Ricky Martin song.
What happened?
Like the Ricky Martin song.
Oh shit. Oh, you're very clever today. John, what are we talking about? What is it? Did we say hi to the chat? Did you say hi to the chat?
I did. I went through as many as I felt that I could muster up. So like 3 people I called out. Today we're going to be talking about some wonderful prices. I think some heartbreaking news for those of you that are turtle collectors. It's not really news. It's not fucking news. something to keep in mind. Big Bad Toy Store always bumps prices up anyway. Well, I shouldn't say always. 80% of the time, the price is inflated on their website. So, like Toy Stalker has it for $49.99. So you save a few bucks. Plus, you can use,
Boom.
I'm going to type it up here, House Hatter is the promo code you use. And you can save money on top of that. So you can get it even cheaper by going through Toy Stalker. Even if you forget to use the promo code, it's cheaper. But
Yes, that's right.
yeah, especially with imports, by the way. So like, well, any imports, it's just going to
Yeah.
be way up. Sometimes double the price. It's crazy.
Yeah, Toy Stalker is a good metric because, as much as I want to trash him, he's very, very fair with his prices. So when I went to him and I saw that it was, what was it? What did you say it was?
49.
Yeah, when it was, yeah, basically $50. I was like, damn, they're really charging like $50 for that. By the way, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Mason J. Hatter, you're 30. Yes, 30. I just turned 30, guys. It's crazy. I was 29 and and now I'm 30. Yes, this is 50. So we'll call this $50. John. I don't know. Do you see $50 here? What's your, what's your, and I'll say this too. I understand that these come with minions.
Yeah, but like,
April was also $50, and she
okay.
came with minions. So is this the minion price, or is this just? Are they or John? Are they trying to just get you used to?
Oh, used to it for sure.
Is that what you think? It's
I
that?
mean, when I started collecting these in 2022, was it? Or 23? God, I don't even remember when I started the channel now. Whatever. You're just as bad. You'll say, "Oh, I think this came out in 23," and it came out like 5 months ago.
John, why do you have to attack? Can you just?
Because I attacked myself and I needed to bring you down with me.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. You're like, I'm gonna put myself under the bus, and you couldn't just be the one that's under the bus. You're like, let me just grab this fucking idiot, and I'm gonna attack him
Yeah,
too.
I see this guy's ankle. I'm pulling him in. Um,
Sure.
it's really irritating, but I think they were like $32.99 when I started, which is an increase in price. Now this last year, the standard price was like $34.99, sometimes $37.99, depending on if it was just had a little bit more stuff for no reason at all. They had big figures that were 50, like Rex 1 and Zog. Those are $50 figures. Those are huge, massive chunks.
Right.
These guys, I mean, not a ton of reused parts because there's new things, like the arms are reused, the thighs are reused, but then the rest is new. There's a soft goods cape, and you know how some companies are. They really think soft goods capes mean that's a 25% increase in cost or something. And then these little minion things, which no, they don't. There's no value.
I will say this, and it's not the same price point, but soft good capes are not cheap, but they're not. I learned a lot of stuff making this flipboard thing, and I learned something about glow in the dark, which doesn't make stuff more expensive, and soft goods they're pricey, but like I was getting how much was it? So this is a flaker, and he has the Walmart soft goods cape, and it has wiring in the hood, and has wiring all over the cape. So it has wires here and there, and you could wire the shit out of it. And this thing cost, maybe Ralph can check my math, but I think the cost of this for every figure, because Flipboard came with the red cape, I think it was like $180 or something per figure. So that adds up. That adds up, but like it wasn't like a crazy like and again that's boutique prices. That's like what I can get with a figure that's not made times, 5,000 or whatever. So like I don't know. I was just learned a lot of stuff that I was like, I had no idea. And like, yeah, so soft goods. And I'm talking about a cape. I'm not talking about like Rebel One Customs when she makes like soft goods and she has to tailor the, the fucking the pants and tailor the coat. I'm talking about a soft good cape, which is easy. You know what I mean? It's not like that expensive. At least from what I've seen, it's not that expensive. So
Right.
especially on that guy, it's just a cape.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of their other items. I mean, that Casey Marie comes with a not wired, but a soft goods cloak thing and an entire motorcycle. And she's what, 75?
75. Yeah, yeah,
70,
yeah.
75?
Yeah.
I mean, that one, that doesn't bother me, that price, if it's $75. Is that on Toy Stalker?
I think he has Casey Marie.
Let's see. Let's see if we can do this.
That motorcycle has a lot of value. It's
Yeah, I mean, that's like, it's a massive chunk. So this doesn't bother me, price-wise. Oh, $65. Jesus, even better. It just, $65 for all of this?
yeah, that motorcycle's big too.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
That coat really bothered me.
Yeah, that just is yeah, that's a Rebel 10 Customs waiting to happen then.
Yeah, man, it was like if you're gonna make the coat, just charge. If it was me, I would like just charge some extra and give it like a wired cut. Like it was such a fucking bummer when I put that thing on. I was
Mhm.
like, there's just nothing. It was like, you know that feeling where you just put it on, it's just like this big puffy
Yeah,
doll. You
I
know?
I already wasn't a fan of the material they were using, it's like this pleather stuff, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's so thick
It's
that
it's super thick.
yeah,
Yeah,
and when you're working at this scale, thin is crucial, but that's a
yeah,
delicate place.
and this is with like expert photography, and it still looks like that. You know what I mean? So if you're just doing reviews like me and just putting it on a shelf, it just looked not good. She looks great on. This is a strange figure because standing up, she kind of sucks, but when you put her on the bike, she looks great. Like she looks awesome on the fucking bike, and she's just kind of meant to just be on the bike. But for 65, I think this is like worth it. This like that bike adds a lot of fucking ooh la la to the shelf space.
Yes, I agree. And vehicles are usually expensive, even if it's just something as basic as this, as far as like, it doesn't necessarily do anything. But this is just behind it at $50. So we're saying that there's a $15 difference because we're using Toy Stalker prices here. A $15 difference
Right,
between these sets.
right. Yeah, and I know somebody was talking about. I think Devin was saying the Domites or whatever they call those guys. They don't justify the $50. It to me it seems like this thing where they're trying to like make you comfortable with a price, and now you can justify it because you got minions in there. So you're like, just get a little comfortable. But who knows, Jonathan? Yeah, things will start creeping up, and it got me thinking. It was like, Super Seven, which is I keep saying the word boutique, but it's like a smaller company, right? It is a
Yeah.
smaller company than NECA.
Right.
They have $55 figures, and people are not comfortable paying them, but like I think it's pretty widespread that when you get like a Super 7 figure for $55, nobody likes that price. I think it's the reason why they're doing Thundercats for $30 and Notorious BIG for $30 because there's obviously like like it's like we get you're a smaller company, but we don't like that price. NECA is a bigger company, so it's just like like I feel like it's kind of like the Hasbro thing. I think people treat NECA like Hasbro, where oh, you want to come out like we're not gonna pay for a $50 Spider-Man, or we're gonna not that we're not gonna pay. There's plenty of people that paid for it. It's not gonna be easy to swallow. You know what I mean? Versus like Mythic Legions, like people will pay $50 for Mythic Legions. You know what I mean? It's just like you consider the source and you consider the company, and people when they have a company they buy from, there's something psychologically that they go for a Mafex, I'll pay this, but for a NECA, I'll pay this. And when you go over that price, whatever it is, I don't know why it works that way. It's just this thing
Yeah,
that's
there's this.
in your head.
I mean, there's the fact that they've for a long time been like, we'll just say $35. Constantly in a review, I'd be like, I can't believe it's $35. Like, you get all of these accessories. We have slowly over the last year seen less accessories in the box. Like, NECA was historically like loading stuff down for that price, especially in like a 4-pack. You get a 4-pack of turtles now, and there's like barely anything in there. It's just really disappointing, I guess, the options you were getting, and now on top of that, for the price to be trickling upwards is why people feel this way. I would think so. If you have historically expected the brand to be around a $35 price point, then you're suddenly, well, because you're constantly comparing it, like, oh, Super 7 $55, and this is the stuff you get in there. But NECA, look at all the paint. You cannot beat this. Look at this McCready for $35 with all these accessories. There's a torch in here. There's like so much
Yeah.
paint and incredible artistry, and you fawn over it, I guess. But then the price goes up to $55, and you're like, well, I mean, it doesn't change the fact that there's quality and like it's artistic and stuff, but
I
they
think what
built
you
the
said
price.
though is a big factor. It's what you're used to. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like when a company comes out and they set their prices, very difficult to move from those prices. You know what I mean? Like you get comfortable. You go, okay, this, you know, like and there's places that make $120 figures, but like I think people will lock in at a certain price, and then you become known that you know that's why that Maximum Spider-Man by Hasbro. That's one of the reasons why it catches so much flack, because like you know it's like, hey, you're a Marvel legend. I'm used to paying shit. I mean, people were paying $20 at one point, but
Yeah.
I'm used to paying 20 to 30 for you. $50, what the fuck? But again, it's just like other companies could command, not that they're better, but it's just like, yeah, it's like there's something where you're just used to them putting this out at a price, and then you don't like when they raise it. I do have to acknowledge, speaking of Toka Dat Razor, Jonathan,
Uh-huh.
gifting 10 memberships to the Rep Hard
I got
for
family.
the MHR. Okay, 10 lucky people. Like trash around my plastic. I got family. Like shaky sacks. I got family. Like see how annoying it is? It's like Jay from Geeked Out Loud. You don't have to do it every fucking time. All right, I'm already annoyed, and I did it twice. Shaky sacks. Congrats, Brady Law over there practicing law in his office, getting that membership. He's gonna have a good day. You got Extreme Roundtable podcast, okay? He doesn't, he doesn't mess with fucking tables that are squares. He's just all about round tables, and that's what he talks about on his podcast. Justin Tran, okay? People used to go like, Justin Tran, like when he would show up late to school, they'd be like, hey, Justin, are you Justin? And they'd be like, ah, they'd point and laugh at him. But like Justin Tran is a fucking winner today because he's a member. You get Subtle B. Okay, Subtle B used to be like a dude who's like, he used to be like the loudest dude in the room. And then it'd be like, hey, and then he decided I'm just gonna be Subtle B. You know what I mean? And now he's like real subtle. Just Will Cat is here. I don't have anything to say. He's just Will Cat. And then you got Night Train. Okay, on the fucking Night Train. smoking his night train.
Whoa, running a night train. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
there's a
happening.
lot of people talking about the increased costs on imports and plastics, all that stuff, and I do have a few things to say. One, anybody that's been around long enough knows my feelings about the guy running the country. But all of that is nothing is being affected by that as of right now, not with NECA at least. So I would say hold off on that until you get like true confirmation that this stuff is happening. Everybody's just saying that that's what's in play. That's not. This stuff has been happening prior to any tariffs or whatever. So just relax. We will see that happen. Somebody posted on the Party Wagon, they said that they are a retailer and they shared screenshots from an email that NECA sent them. And they basically went on saying that due to all the tariffs and all the things changing, the costs for them, NECA, to get those items in is continuing to go up. It's not the first time this has happened. Last time it happened, that the cost went up for whatever it was, they did not implement any fees onto the retail stores because of that. They basically were like, in the email, the email sounds like what they should be sending to all of us. Like, it was very polite and saying like,
Right.
first, and we care about you, and like we'll eat some of the cost to make sure that you guys can enjoy the products and blah blah blah. It was going on like that. It did say that there would be like a 10% increase or something. However, only a 4% increase, and they called it some other kind of fee on the stores. So the stores will have to pay 4% more than what they were. However, that also won't even happen until, was it April or something?
Yeah. I think
So
it's
any of those stores that had made orders prior to whatever date, I think it was sometime in March or whatever, that if any orders you have prior to this date will not have any of those fees, which all of this stuff we're talking about would fall into that category. So plus like some of these things have come out and the pricing was already set way before any of the tariffs or anything like that. So if anything happens, it won't be until those stores, unless their stores are just trying to screw you over early, like Big Bad Toy Store. You shouldn't see anything until maybe sometime late March or April. Maybe there'd be an increase, like a standard increase in the prices, but NECA was like, we didn't do it last time to charge you the store. Now it's only 4% out of the 10%. So there's still, if that is true on NECA's part, that's pretty wild because they're being very considerate and trying to still keep a good business practice and eating the cost themselves somewhere.
Right.
Oh, this comment is perfect because our topic today could have been centered around that.
He said I'm sensitive, John. Alan called me sensitive. Am I sensitive?
It's funny sometimes. Sometimes,
Alan, you're wrong.
you're quick to create an enemy.
I am. Maybe I'm a little sensitive. Oh, by the way, that Mondo Wolverine is speaking of shills, you can only get it for the next 2 hours or something.
Oh God, yeah.
So,
And look, anybody that doesn't order that Mondo Wolverine that is a fan of Mondo or a fan of Wolverine, if you don't order that, it's crazy to me. Because
yeah, that's all. That thing is almost a must.
I'll see you whenever this thing starts arriving to people's homes, and you're going to be like, "Oh, does anybody have an extra one for retail or for a fair price?" It's like,
right.
Now's the fair price. It won't go down aftermarket in price, not like that other Wolverine.
No. Mother Sega, please. Mother Slug said, "Please don't show Granny April anymore." Hatter maybe hate that figure.
Oh God. Yeah, I tried watching that while we were in bed.
You tried watching what?
Which I tried watching that review while I was in bed. My girlfriend was on her phone and it was playing in the background, and I had to leave the video like halfway through because
Why, Johnny? Are you talking about the Grammy April?
you should check your Flippy awards and see where there's like a dip in views and they come back.
Are you saying that when the Granny April showed up, that doesn't. She's not as popular as some of the other reviewers, as the announcers. But Jonathan, you're such a sweet boy with your glasses, looking for NECA figures in the night.
So if we don't acknowledge it, I think we'll be okay, Phil. $51 for Toy Stalker. So I assume that's about right. $50. 51. This is a big boy. I wish there was like a comparison shot in size somewhere. Oh, here we go. So
Mason, I'm not a moderator. Okay, I don't know what you said, but we do have moderators.
We do have moderators.
Dude, I have no idea what you said. Okay, maybe you fucking pissed off the wrong guy.
He called the bad man in orange something, and
oh god, please.
I assume a moderator doesn't also uses the self tanner. And look, there's I went to high school. I knew girls that use self tanner. I went to Japan. There's a whole like type of Japanese girl that does orange face. This is like 2005, 2006. So, you can offend a lot of people by saying orange face. This is a very large figure, and I would put it in line with Rex 1 and Zog, saying that like they're very, very large. So that's why the cost is up. The only thing that's killing me with this guy is the lack of accessories, where with like Rex 1, you got a bunch of fun things in there.
Yeah.
VHS and the oil can and all that. And this is what I mean. Like, you're starting to miss the additional accessories. Now, what could he have come with? I don't know. I mean, alternate hands, maybe. If there was stuff in the comic with him that he had. I don't know him from the comics, so I can't say. Maybe this is all you can do.
I think wasn't one of the heads in the eye patch head is there. Yeah, I mean, look, this figure is big, but he didn't strike me when I saw him as he didn't strike me as $50 big. So I don't know. Like, also, like, how much was that big wrestler? What's the Crying Hound? How much was he also $50? Because like that figure felt bigger than this one.
I think so. I believe it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on here, but
I'm just saying, like, I think they're gonna start creeping up normally to $50. I think it's gonna just become my prediction. Hatter prediction.
Uh-oh.
Grammy April prediction.
Or at least more figures that will fall into that price range.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think suddenly things are going to mysteriously fall into that range. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's not gonna be worth it. I'm not shitting on like NECA. I'm just saying that, like, it's hard. Look, dude, if $55 is worth it for a Super 7 figure, it's certainly worth it for a... Well, sorry, I'm not saying it's worth it, but like, if people will pay it, right, then I can see an audience that will be comfortable paying it for NECA figures, but it makes it harder. You're going to scrutinize this more. Mm-hmm. For $30, $35, you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Value's there. Once you start getting into the 50s and it's a big company, which I consider NECA to be, it's different. It's just different.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Hold on a second, NECA King. I've been doing Hatter predictions since before your fucking channel. Go look it up.
Sensitive.
Yeah. How much is I can't read. What does it say? It says 36 for Granny April. Sounds like she's from the old country. John, do you really you just hurt my feelings? Do you really hate Granny April?
What?
I'm a little I am kind of sensitive, as Alan Kenny said.
I think don't let just what I say bother you, because I'm just one person with one opinion, right? But if the consensus is there, maybe you should reconsider. Maybe just go into the YouTube studio on your laptop and then add some music to that and then like
Yes.
remove the voiceover. So then it's just a a music based review.
I know, but sometimes like you make a character and you kind of like want to annoy. You know what I mean? It's like and I know you're going to say mission accomplished, but like you create like if you're watching a 5-minute review with that voice, there sometimes you kind of like want to annoy because that's funny because you're just like please stop it. Like I find it hilarious when you're like please stop doing the voice. To me it's just funny. Maybe it's a troll in me, Jonathan, but also I couldn't think of when I was doing the flippies. By the way, those flippies took me way too long to do. I think I was doing them on I think when I started doing them, like I may have done the first video in January, and then throughout January into February, I was just doing videos as because if you if you go back and you look at that video, my beard is different like sizes as Flipper Frank. Like it's not consistent. It's like and I tried to keep it, but it was like coming back. You're an actor, so when you come back for reshoots,
Yeah.
I was like noticing stuff. I was like, oh my god.
The
So it
continuity.
just took forever to do. I don't know if the juice was worth the squeeze, but I had a lot of fun doing it. But I ran out of characters at some point. And so I'm just like, I don't know, Granny April or something. There were certain things I just didn't do. And then, and by the way, Ryan Dole's in the chat. Ryan Dole had the nerve. Can I just say something, John? Can I just platform here for just like a few minutes? He had the nerve to hit me up. This is what he writes to me. He goes, you couldn't do a flippy bit for the Jeffries Award? That's what he wrote to me. Not knowing, I guess, that the Yes Have Some crew
never talked to you.
Hit me up. No, they hit me up. They said, hey, can you do a thing for the Flippies? They said, can you do, not the Flippies, for the Jeffries. Can you do a thing? I was like, absolutely. Would be happy to. Give me some parameters. Let me know what you do. Because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know the thing. Like, like, what are the thing? And guess what, Jonathan?
Never heard from him.
Never got back to me.
Oh, wow.
Dole never returned my thing. So how can I do a thing, like
hey, can you do a thing for us, but come up with all of it yourself?
Or give me some parameter, give me something. But he never, and Dole then attacks me. He then comes at me and he goes, you couldn't. He goes, you could. He loved the Flippy so much that he goes, you couldn't slice off a bit of Flippy action for us. It's like, brother, you gotta talk to your Yes Have Some social media person, whoever does that, and let them know they fucked up. That's it.
Yeah, they fucked up. You heard it here first, folks. Yes Have Some podcast fucked up.
I still love you. Don't worry.
In regards to the price increases, fuck me for forgetting what I was going to say.
Sorry, I fucked you up.
Damn it. I think that, well, first off, just everybody shut up about tariffs. It's really not part of the conversation. I clarified that a few minutes ago, so just stop it. As far as
what about tariffs, though?
Oh, tariffs? The ones getting implemented by the president? Oh, yeah, let's get into that. If you notice, the name of the channel or this is what is the deal with these prices?
What's the deal with prices, Jonathan?
Boom, boom, boom. What's the deal with these prices? At first you buy them for $35, now they're $50. You can't buy them for $50. You can't buy them for $50. That's basically his thing. And then the show is, you can't buy them for $50. You can't buy them for $50. I told him, you don't buy them for $50. You told him. George is telling you. It's just George always repeats whatever he's saying. It's like, oh.
Man, you did a whole Seinfeld scene right there.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Hold on, King Panther wrote something. What did he say? He said, "Greetings, Hatter and Jonathan. A few questions, Hatter. When is your feline making another appearance?" I didn't know. He ever since I got to this house, I missed the cat sifting thing because we were in such a small apartment that everything was on top of each other.
Oh
The
yeah.
cat box is over on the other side of the house, and now they like hanging out on this windowsill because like the sun comes in, and cats just love that. So it
Yeah.
makes me happy. But like I don't have my little guy next to me anymore. He doesn't want to hang like he used to hang. And then so
Yeah.
yeah, is Guy Smiley underrated? How many heroes did Flipper Frank order? Is Guy Smiley underrated? Well, Guy Smiley, if you know the old Muppets, or not, sorry, the old Sesame Street Palisades lineup was going to have Guy Smiley in there. That
Oh
was the
wow.
fourth one. It was going to be Oscar the Grouch, Ernie, Two Headed Monster, and Guy Smiley. Um, if he's underrated, I mean, I think he's going to come out. There's not that many Sesame Street primary characters, so he's going to be out for sure. So yeah, and how many heroes did Flipper Frank order? Well, I know I ordered two. I can't speak for Flipper Frank, but I know it was like unlimited. So so um, so yeah, I think that answers all the questions.
Yeah. Does Flipper Frank pay $10 so he can get things that he can try to flip?
Yeah, I think Flipper Frank is okay. $10 is a lot to Flipper Frank. I've
Right.
spoken to Flipper Frank a lot. We do talk. He checks in with me every month or so. He's not happy about the $10. But then again, if just don't go to In and Out one time in the year, okay? And I've said this in the other video. I really think, John, that $10. I don't think that it's about like we want the $10. I think it's about we want to know how many people we can sell Masters of the Universe to because we don't know currently. Like
Yeah. Is the $10 for Motu or is the $10 for Mattel?
it's for Motu. Every
Oh.
one of these things has $10,
Oh, okay. I
which is
wasn't
why I
sure
think
about
they're
that.
using it as metrics.
Okay.
There's a $10 Barbie thing. There's a $10 Hot Wheels thing. I really think that they're using this as like, okay, 5,000 people pay $10. That's what we can expect that's how I saw it. I don't think they need that fucking $10.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I think you're right on about that, and it helps them make up some of the costs that they wouldn't get from selling more in retail potentially, or to retailers rather.
Yeah, because moving forward, this line, Origins is an interesting line. I really like it. It's not for everybody. It's very it's not look obviously I really like it because Flipboard is an origins ish figure but in a world of like high end collectibles and this and that and we're pinless and this and that, like their whole model is simple, is we keep it simple, but I still think that they have to figure out probably, and especially as they're getting into playset, they want to come out with a big playset, they probably just want to know.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. It's just pretty smart way to handle it versus like a Kickstarter or whatever.
Yeah. Tiny Howlet right here wrote John. Well, actually, John, your name is in it, so you want to read it?
Sure. $10 super chat. What I miss? I'd watch a reboot with Johnny Nostalgia, a reboot of Seinfeld, I guess.
Yeah.
Call it Nostalgia because that's my last name. Also, Super Musk pre-ordered along with the lights upgrade for the NECA Street. Hell yeah, brother!
Is that Super Must? Did the price change? Like, I know he said, wasn't it like
Oh,
did
that's
it
a
go
good
back to
question. I don't
200
know.
or
I
to
don't remember what.
$300?
Yeah, I don't remember what the date was. So let's. I'm going to pull that up while you read the next super chat there.
Oh, there's another super chat. Oh, $20 from Robot Reviews. Thank you, Robot Reviews, aka John. You know who Robot Reviews really is, right?
Robo.
Dude, I don't know if you guys know this. Robo from Fwoosh is actually, I do have to mention it. I gotta out him. He is a fan of the channel, and he uses this is his other account. So thank you, Robo from Fwoosh. For sup, fellas, I was at Toy Fair last weekend and found out I went to same high school as Braden Braswell, creator of 9 to 5 Warriors. Oh, he's a good dude. Also, I saw McFarlane TMNT's Up Close too. IDW, Bebop, and Rocksteady were my favorite ones. Wait a minute, they have IDW.
Huh.
They had a
Interesting. I don't.
they
How
have an
did nobody?
IDW, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Are you talking about the McFarlane does? Well, thank you first of all, Robot Reviews. Wink, I know who you are. For the super chat, but I had no idea. This is all news to
To
me.
all of us.
So I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
Take a look at that.
But thanks, buddy. I'll watch your next video. What is it? I can't see. Is it the same price or did it go up?
We have until the 10th as of last night.
Oh, we extended it.
According to Jasoner. Also, I said it a minute ago. For anybody that continues to talk about tariffs and all this stuff, I will personally mute you in the live chat and put you in timeout. I don't care who it is. Just stop.
What if it was me? What if I wrote in the chat?
Oh God, that's even easier. Rid of you.
Yeah, support 9 to 5 Warriors, by the way, because that's a company, like that's a dude that's making like fun. That he's just making like fun stuff that is just so 80s that who's making that? Who's making shit like that?
That is definitely
yes.
true.
Please support that guy because he does great shit.
This is the last time I'm ever going to talk about this thing. Okay, we talked about it so much, but for anybody that wants,
until we get our free copies, John, and then we'll review it and we'll talk about that. Yeah. Right, Ace?
So I guess we'll never talk about it again. You got 3 days to make this happen. I don't know what time zone that is. But please, if this is something you're interested in, now is the time to save money. Plus, you get a 4th wall, so you can split it into 2 separate musks altogether. So it'll be random whether you get the breakout one or the whole one, but then you can split your thing. So you can stack your sewer stuff. You can put them in display.
Stack it up, baby.
Put one in your bathroom and one in your toy room. You can make one into a litter box, and the cat goes through the hole. Like those hideaway ones. But now's the time to do it because you're going to save the money on it. It's $50 in your pocket. Okay. At the end of the day.
Damn it, Ace showed up. Ace is like Beetlejuice. He just talk about the super.
Told you it'd stop. All right.
Ace, we were promoting. See, I want Ace to realize that even without him knowing he was here, we were promoting his super musk.
But then he showed up.
Whose side we're on.
Then he showed up, so I had to get rid of it because then we would be liars.
Oh, we would be liars. Yes. Yeah. Support that beautiful thing. Too Much New Toys. Follow Too Much New Toys. Does great reviews. Although his name doesn't make sense because you can't have too much new toys. But McFarlane has the IDW license now. They had them as it's a no for. Did you see that video? Did you see that video that McFarlane made where he was showing? He's like, hey, everybody, this is McFarlane there. Here's, I'm not allowed to First of all, it was his thing that said no photography. He's like, there's no photography here, but take a look at the Mortal Kombat. And he went through all of the Mortal Kombat. And I'll be honest, John, and I'm sorry if people like it. I thought they sucked. I was like, these figures don't look good.
No.
Like, they had giant pins.
Yeah, he's just outdated as hell. But that's why his stuff's $20. He's the I've said it before. I'll always compare him to the Arizona Iced Tea guy. Like, it's always $1. Doesn't matter. It will always be $1. So he's $20.
I guess. I was really disappointed when I saw him. Joey Shalom, you come in, don't say hi to me, say hi to Ace.
I by the way, I was laughing a second ago because it was just now that the Too Much New Toys in my brain connected that it's TMNT.
Oh, I would have never, if I would have sat in a room for 1,000 years, I would have never put that together.
I was like, Too Much New Toys. He had to have made an acronym or something. And then I was like, oh.
What if Too Much New Toys gets a cease and desist for his name? Yeah. They shut his channel down.
And the NECA King, if we're gonna really talk about it. But if Too Much New Toys is doing anime figures, acronym, it doesn't work anymore.
Yes. That is true. Everybody's very excited to see Ace, by the way. Ace is kind of like a star when he shows up. He definitely steals your thunder, John. He's not. I'm still getting the love, but I think people have forgotten about you.
Oh, that's pretty standard, though.
It is true. But yes. No, I don't. I don't think everything Todd does sucks. I like his. I'll tell you what I like. A Token Joe, not because, and I'll tell you if I thought everything he did sucked. I like the cars that he did. I loved his Batmobile that he did. The Batman '89. I didn't get the Tumbler. I love the Bat Beast. I like his vehicles a lot. Sometimes his figures win for me. Like, I don't have it, but I would really like that Captain Carrot. I just wasn't able to get it. There's some other figures. I don't hate everything he does. I think he does a good job with the superpowers. I bought a few superpowers. I bought that Riddler. I bought Batman. I have put money in McFarlane. Oh, I went all in on his first Kickstarter, the first Spawn Kickstarter he did. I went all in on it. So I have spent money with Todd. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like.
If you're just tuning in, folks, today's video is about, does Hatter really hate McFarlane? Why or why not? Let's get back into it. Mad Hatter, you were saying?
Sorry, John. Did I bore you saying the things that I like that McFarlane has done?
Yeah, maybe you were a little sensitive and you felt the need to defend yourself.
No, I just want to, because I've never said. I don't think I've ever said that to any, like, because I do shit on McFarlane a lot, but like, I do have to acknowledge that I have spent money on McFarlane.
It's okay.
Like, Jonathan, have you bought any McFarlane products that you can remember?
If any, I mean, back the first year of the channel, and then if anything was going to sell me, it was going to be Jim Carrey as the Riddler. But then the more I saw it, the more I was like, nah, man. Nah.
Yeah, it's I was also sad about that. And you're a big Jim Carrey fan.
Yes, for sure. My childhood hero.
We got Ben Stone with a super chat, aka Benny Stone. That's what they call him. They say, "Hey, Benny Stone," and they fucking they give him a fist bump. 10 AUD. What is AUD, John? Is that
Australian?
That's Australian. All right. So I'm gonna read this in my own Australian accent because I'm gonna make Ben Stone feel at home right here. I'm gonna say, order the flippers. Flippers. I imagine he's talking about. Thank you for supporting Ben Stone. Number one, Australia sucks for conversion rates, but all in. I've always said, if it doesn't have wire, you're a liar. I love that. Also, I have a toilet taxi to send either of you to raffle for free.
Oh, I think we're done with raffles for now.
Our raffles. But thank you, Ben Stone.
Also, don't send us an Australian toilet taxi because the water goes down the wrong way.
The water goes down the wrong way. No,
it'd be cheaper to just.
Australians are very difficult. No, it's like a no. It's like
N-O-Y. Yeah, it's so deep in the back of the throat to say it.
Yeah, you gotta put it right. It's like crazy to get no.
Yeah, it's to do it. It's in that spot where like you think you're gonna cry, but you're trying not to cry. So then the back of your throat hurts really bad.
Yeah,
that's where no is. Australian no is basically a I don't want to cry throat pain.
I like this one. I like how mean it is. Not an ounce of Aussie in there. It's some Madonna circus. You don't like my Aussie. You like my Aussie accent, dude? I gotta say, I'm very excited that Australia will be getting flipboards. Dude. There's gonna be flipboards in freaking Australia. People in Australia are gonna be like, what is this? I don't understand what this is. I don't. You know what's so funny? Like, I told my cousin about Flipboard that I don't talk to like a few months ago, and he's like, "What is this toy?" And I explained it to him, and he's like, all right, well, I don't get it, but cool. I was like, he had no idea
Uh,
about, like, I had to explain, like, well, in the world of toys, you got people, but he was, but I was getting angry when I was explaining it to him because I was like, yeah, so when people buy toys, there's guys that they buy toys for cost and they flip them for a higher price. And he's like, I don't get that. I was like, how do you not get it? Do you understand do you understand what a house flipper is? He's like, yeah. I was like, so you don't understand what a toy flipper? Like he was being, and like after a while, it was cute. It was cute at first, and then he was making me mad by pretending not to get what
wow.
a toy
So it's
flipper
gonna be
is.
like another 5 years before you talk to him.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm fucking cutting that cousin off. You're fucking cut off, David.
Yeah, this is
Anyway,
called cousin twice removed.
yeah, you're fucking removed for sure. I hate when
Um,
like families just like, hey, we're family. Who gives a fuck? I have a million family members I don't talk to.
oh yeah, I'd rather talk to a lot of friends than family.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
you buy the Jaws figure?
I didn't. I probably will.
Wait,
I mean, are you talking about the shark, like
yeah,
the
yeah.
actual
I think
shark?
he means the shark.
Yeah.
You said you
Um,
did not, but you probably will.
it's probably one of those things that like if I see it,
Yeah,
I'll like be like, oh my god, you know what I mean? But
yeah. It doesn't definitely never pre-order from NECA directly if you're still going to buy NECA products, unless it's an exclusive item and that's your only option because you're still gambling whether or not you're going to get it or you're going to get screwed completely
yeah.
or get
Oh,
a hateful email. So I would say only buy direct from like Toy Stalker, Target, or wherever you shop. Toy Stalker if you want to use discount codes. I'm
yes.
not buying NECA products. So if you haven't been here for the last few live streams, that's pretty much where I'm at with it, isn't it? Not going to be buying no NECA. Might as well be in the UK.
John, are you really done with NECA?
Yeah, I said that the only thing that I would buy would be Tempestra and the Toon Shredder. And that's
What
just
do you
complete
okay?
my
So what are you gonna buy? What are you gonna buy most heavily? Do you think?
what do you mean? What else instead
Like
of NECA?
yeah, like what would be if you don't? I would
Oh,
assume that most of your money spending
uh-huh.
is at NECA. Where would be the
Not though.
second most?
The first year for sure because it was like so heavily turtle based. Plus, it was like, yeah, I mean, I became like a turtle channel, and anytime I try to step out of that, it was a real challenge. And now I've done a better job of stepping out of that and doing less turtle stuff, just because for a long time, like NECA wasn't making like they weren't releasing things. People would be like, "Oh, when are you going to review more NECA turtles?" And I'm like, whenever they release them. I mean, there were like a long spans of time because they'll do like a haulathon, and then you won't have anything for a little bit. Um, most of my stuff is Dragon Ball related now. I mean, I get so much stuff. Plus, partnering with these different stores, like an AliExpress, I'm just getting like these demoniacal fit ones. So I'm not even buying like official products, and I get the review. So it's like, yeah, Dragon Ball is like a heavy part of the channel now. So that's where the money and focus is.
What if I told you
Tell me.
that the people that make Dragon Ball figures pretty much on a weekly basis kill kittens?
I think I think the world would explode from uh, anger on that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. There's always going to be something that comes up, and you find out a thing about a company or whatever, then you just stop
I
doing it.
get. I think that was more the point that I'm making is that
I'll move. I just
ev-
have to pivot and do something else. It's fine. There's
but
so much stuff out
but
there.
every company. Ace, would you say that every toy company has? I'm talking big toy companies where it's like
Of
conglomerate.
course, dude. The bigger the company, I mean, I listened to enough of the Dollop podcast to know that like anybody behind a company that got created should tell you to never buy that company's products again. I think even the fucking Hunt's tomato sauce or ketchup is a problem, but
Wasn't he a serial killer? Like, isn't there like isn't there some real dark past between with the Heinz ketchup person?
well, that's Heinz.
Or what did you say?
Hunt's.
Oh, Hunt. Sorry.
But I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's so much like
dude.
Especially if a white guy started it, it's going to be real bad.
Do you have Zankow chicken? In North Carolina. The dude who started that, it's a popular like Middle Eastern like chain here. Like the dude that started it like killed his whole family. It's crazy. And then like he killed his whole family. But that name was so popular that they gave it to someone else, and they're just like, yeah, just just refran, just put that away, forget about that, and they just move on. They just dust it off, Johnny, and they just move on.
Yeah, I know. As far as like the channel and stuff, like, so let's say that the Dragon Ball stuff, the SH Figure Arts, like, and obviously my issue with NECA is that they're a small company and they basically like told all their customers to go fuck themselves, and they don't acknowledge their behavior and stuff, and people are still not getting the items they paid for. Obviously, there's a lot of people that order the cartoon street scene that are missing the pizza sign. Well, not obviously, but that's a new thing. So a lot of people are missing parts in that. And then they're just still waiting to hear if they're going to get anything taken care of. There are so many third-party things out there that I've reviewed, like Bro Toys, making Resident Evil stuff, the God of War. Like some of my favorite things are unofficial items. And like that God of War, the Resident Evil figures and stuff. So, and sometimes not just unlicensed, but just original IP things. Like you did all those pandas, like some of the most artistic, incredible items that I truly love are things that don't belong to anything. So there's always something out there to review and talk about.
Yeah, but did you hear about Bro Toys? Let's go to the super chat. $5. This is my kind of super chat from Controversial Toys. What if Hunts hunted Heinz?
Whoa.
Thank you, buddy. Welcome to Condiment Chat with Jonathan and Near. You can't use my real name, Alan Kenny. Hey, look, everybody's got to take a stand in their own way. Everybody's got to do their thing. I'm teasing you, Jonathan.
No, it's okay. Sometimes people tease, sometimes they don't. There's this somebody in the chat was like that I only care about, like this guy. That I only care about views. I could give a shit about toys. Yeah, that's why I got into the toy business, because I can make videos that get a lot of views only and really make me a lot of money, and I don't really have to spend money. And it's a niche that like everybody wants to watch. So you get like 500,000, 1 million views all the time. So that's why I did this. Yeah.
John, are you being sarcastic to them boys, dirty fats hunting them toys?
No. Nope.
I love it. Reed, our buddy Reed, friend. I call Reed a friend. Reed says that Hatter and Johnny have both been doing some good third-party unlicensed reviews recently. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Reed.
Appreciate
it. How about a nice chat, okay? There's tons of mean chat directed at 90% Johnny, 10% me. How about some nice?
Yeah, balance it out. Guys.
We're big boys. Anyway, so yeah, the premise is NECA. I'm starting to notice a trend. John is starting to notice a trend. Other people are noticing a trend. There's creeping up a little bit with the prices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they have their reasons. I don't know.
Well, it's a business, and there's always things going on behind the scenes. And when businesses are owned by bigger people, especially like the further you get away from it. Now, I think we're lucky. I mean, this might be happening a little bit with Mondo, but Mondo seems to really talk about how they're still in control of everything, that they're really running the show and allowed to do whatever they want, which is great. But NECA being part of another company, you start getting these people that are like outside of whatever NECA does, and they're like, oh, we're looking at numbers, and this part of our business is not hitting numbers, so we need to change that thing. And then they just start telling them to do stuff differently. The Toon Street scenes, the best thing I can say is if you sign up with FedEx stuff to get alerts, log into that, check. If you use the shop app, you can go in there, and though NECA shipped or sent emails back in like January, all that stuff was waiting, much like Ramen Toy. Those items are waiting to get to the US. Once they hit the US, that label will go into effect. So that is what's happening with NECA, with the Toon Street scene, and the shop app. You can go in there and see that FedEx. So copy that, open it up in FedEx, and see the status of it. Because I also got 0 notifications across the board about this thing at all, but I saw that people were getting alerts.
Right.
So I was monitoring it myself, and then saw that it was delivered. And luckily, I knew to check, I guess, because it had just sat out there.
Right.
But also open yours up as soon as you get it. Oh, there's at least one end. Maybe I got lucky on what end I opened it, but you can open the box. There's a long There's a long like rectangle cardboard box inside with all the other parts. If you open that thing up and take out all the bags of things, you can check and make sure if you're missing any of the small parts. I think if anybody's missing anything, it seems to be just the little pizza sign, the cardboard. Like the arms are there, but they're missing the cardboard piece.
Right.
So just check, so that way you're ahead of the game, and you can try to get a replacement from NECA before they blacklist you for emailing them.
Right. Right on. John, I got to open my. I got mine in yesterday. I like NECA Kings. David goes, starting a Toy channel is easy, and everyone loves you right out the gate. Controversial toys with the $5. Although actually, this is for Jonathan. John, you want to read? You want to read that?
Who knows? We never know where these are going. We just have to assume. Does Johnny still have the stone gargoyles? Yeah, they're actually. Hold on, because I just moved.
Oh, he's gonna prove it. By the way, I was talking to Justin the other day or yesterday. Oh, there you go. He didn't send me any stone gargoyles.
I have these stone steps here. I was thinking about putting them there, but
yeah,
we'll see.
John, we were talking about like just amortizing like the sculpt, to make more money for gargoyles, because let's face it, that's what it needed, because the line is fucking dead at this point.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you just come out with like some stone gargoyles? Like that's a pretty, that to me is a I would have bought some stone gargoyles. You line them all up. Like that's a solid variant. Like what, like you don't think to do that? You have all this other stuff. You come out with a Sega variant, but you don't come out with a stone gargoyle. What the fuck's the matter with you?
I know. Well, the Sega variant was interesting because they remastered that game, but I didn't really get the feeling that there was like this deeper connection between that and the game. But I think
it was a deep cut at best, man.
Yeah.
It was a deep cut at fucking best. Kenny Potter says, please stop saying charge extra. They already are. I mean, I can't say the next part because he told me to stop saying that. They already are blank for everything. They blank us more for bigger figures, but for smaller figures, it's the same. Okay, so I guess we got to stop. I don't understand what this means. We got to stop saying.
This is the kind of thing to me that really makes me happy. Like somebody commented on.
I love when John's about to smash somebody, but go on.
Settle in.
I love when he ramps up. When he ramps up to like.
I was watching the Corridor Crew. They do like the stuntmen react and special effects artists react and stuff, and they were debunking things like, is this like a real aliens video footage or whatever, and they go into depth of like why these things, and based on their experience, and they could recreate it themselves.
Right.
And then there was just some comment that was, these guys don't know nothing about that, blah blah blah, it's clearly real, whatever, unsubscribing. This was a real thing, and they're shams for trying to say it was fake or something like that. And I'm like, well, your one comment is so much more validating than like a 10-minute deep dive into why it's fake.
Right.
This comment, people are like, oh, I'm going to jump ship too, because this guy with a generic letter, no profile image, just generic name. And that's kind of what we got here. So everything we just spent time doing, we got erased by this guy, and people are jumping ship with Kenny Potter.
But maybe Kenny Potter means well. Maybe he means, maybe, because then he said a comment that I do agree with, which is, well, actually, do I agree with this? Super 7 not a small company I used to be. It's not no more. They're always overpriced. I don't know if I agree with that. Aren't they a small? I don't know. Aren't they a small company?
They're still a small company.
Like what, relative to what? Relative to
Ramen.
You know, yeah, relative to what? We got a super chat from Australia. Ben Stone again. John, I did my terrible Australian accent. Can you do your probably good
now
Australian
that the
accent?
pressure is there, I'll probably fall into like a UK accent or something.
That's my pitfall. I keep falling into other accents.
Oh, I got balloons. Hey, happy birthday! Oh, hey. All right. Let me fall into it. It might not sound right off the bat, or it might sound right and then fall off at the end.
John, you don't have to do
break it up with NECA. Well, I did order the 2024 STCC and never got it. I did get a threatening email. Well, see, it's starting to go into a little New Zealand.
I saw that.
I did get a threatening email to send back to the sewer. No, we just went straight New Zealand. I never received it. I'll stick with Flipballs. Purchase video on the way. I feel. I mean,
it's better than mine.
Well, yeah, I feel safer in New Zealand.
Yes,
than I do Australia. Because it'll make me cry.
Murray Prison. Think you've been stoned for the $20 for the $10 AUD. And he's saying he's going to stick with Flipboards, which means more Flipboards showing up to Australia. Yeah. Ben, can you also get Ben? Here's my dream. Can you? I don't know if anybody from New Zealand ordered a Flipboard. My dream is they're in Australia. There's at least one Flipboard in Australia and at least one in New Zealand, and then I cover that whole area. So Ben, if you can make that happen, that would be awesome. Trash Around My Plastic says $5 USD. Cheap plug. But oh wait, why am I doing an accent? Cheap plug. But did you see? Oh my God. John, this is a whole powder keg if we talk about this. Cheap plug, but did you see the Mythic Legions 6-foot dragon video on the toy aisle?
Oh my God.
John, do we want to talk about this? There's a whole... I was actually even debating, should I just make a video about... Like, there's a whole thing with this dragon. The tiers, the pricing, the tears that are going to flow from my eyes. Like, it's a whole thing.
I know nothing other than the recent photos that somebody posted of some like close-ups, and I'm like, God, I wish somebody would go even further of a close-up, because the paint is like applied per scale. It looks like one of the most beautifully artistically created action figure things that we have seen in a very long time, if ever. Just from the detail alone. But I don't know anything as far as like the tiers and why video toy.
I don't know, John. I was thinking like, if we don't talk about it here, I was like I definitely want to talk about it, but like there's like so much to discuss. The dragon, the short of it all is the dragon came out, or sorry, it didn't come out. Pre-orders for the dragon. I'll probably do a separate video on this just to give people information. Pre-orders on this fucking dragon have dropped technically yesterday. The dragon can be pre-ordered, I think, now. It comes with different unlockables. The unlockables are wild. Okay? And including 2 action figures that I have a feeling if you just sold the action figures, you could probably pay for half of the fucking dragon. It's going to probably cost you $1,000 if you want all in. Dude, it's a whole fucking thing with this dragon, man.
How do I get to this dragon? No,
it's not there at the top.
No, it was talking about something else there.
I don't know if it's up yet.
I thought you just said it was. Are you a fucking liar?
It goes up today.
Oh,
John.
Oh, this is back. So people jump on this thing because I'm pretty sure he went pretty expensive aftermarket.
Boreas.
Yeah,
That was
great
my
video.
that was my medieval name people used to call me when I used to.
Try to talk about something. More like Boreas.
uh,
I want to know
it's
about the
expensive,
dragon.
man. It's that dragon is for the rich. But it's fucking beautiful. $2 USD. The Raging D Head. What do you think of Jazzware's
Chance.
recent anime figures? And there's a little bit of
Guess I
Granny
don't know
April.
anything.
What do you think of what do you think of that? I don't know if I know what that is, John.
I also do not know. So how about that for an answer?
Yeah, thank you for the super
Let's
chat. But
since you paid for it, we can at least Google it. So what are we talking about here? This is Jazzwares. These are the brands. This can't be right. Total Anime. Okay.
this is like Jonathan Nostalgia Unboxed kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean these seem more like introductory figures compared to like SH Figuarts or something. I don't know exactly. This I would say like when you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are like the.
Are you into the Attack on Titan?
I've only seen a couple episodes, so I can't really say as far as like if it looks proper or not. I'm gonna guess these things are like maybe $20 or something. 20,
Yeah.
25 bucks, probably okay for the price. Definitely a more affordable way to get into some of these things, especially if they continue the lines rather than just
Yeah.
having like a couple basics.
I don't think I've ever. I'm trying to think if I've ever bought anything from like Jazzware.
Let's see what were the other brands that
That's not
were.
really my bag.
Fortnite. These are shorter figures, I think.
I like that Brocat that
4
Fortnite
inch.
does.
Yeah. You like what?
While you do that, let me go to this super chat right here from Trash Around My Plastic. I posted a video that shows you full details and they talk about and everything in the toy aisle on FB. I think he's talking about the dragon. Thank you, buddy, for the super chat. It's a whole thing to unpack. There's tiers. It's a. I don't know if it's up for sale. When you went on there, you didn't see like a link to buy it, right?
No, nothing.
Yeah. So Dragon is not up for sale, but yeah, it's going to be a whole.
It's going to be fun to see what customizers do. Speaking of like a saddle, I think it's going to be great for somebody to come up with some leather goods. Somebody, Duarte Studios, I'm sure will be on top of that if he gets one of those dragons because he made the leather shoulder guard for.
Oh, that dude is
Jones.
fucking. That dude is the fucking man.
Somewhere.
He did the Casey Jones.
Thing.
Yeah. The
Really
shoulder guard. Duarte, you got to send me one of those, buddy. Duarte is one of these guys that he's like a genius, but he disappears for long periods of time, and then he pops up. But yes, definitely support him. 7 p.m. Eastern. Damn, that's late. Goes live.
That is late.
Holy shit.
4 o'clock for you
at 7 p.m.
So what are we?
Somebody had mentioned. Oh, look at
7 p.m. You're doing it like there's people working in Mythic Legions at this time that are going to have to stay after hours or something. It's like you never publish a new website or an update to a website on a Friday last end of day because then you have a whole weekend where like there's troubles with that website and nobody there to fix it, so the business is going to have they're going to be angry. Right. These people are going up Friday night on a 7 p.m., 4 p.m., and then someone's going to have to stay late because something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, well, you know what? Boo-hoo, you work at the Four Horsemen Mythic Legion studio, so your life is pretty fucking good, right?
Yeah. Boo-hoo, cry hard.
Yeah. Quip says, Johnny Nostalgia is feeling a niche. Best anime toy tuber around.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And that's Quip. That's who's taking over Geek Dad Life.
I know.
Let's face it, justifiably.
Look at his profile pic.
Right, but he's I like that he's going to take the whole thing over
Oh yeah,
because I think we've had our fill with Jay.
it's like a
And
Doctor Who thing.
yeah, I also like that he used a semicolon. Semicolon very underrated. Everybody's all about the colon. I'm like a semicolon guy. Just saying. We do have Plevucky, aka Plucky, here with the $4.99. I was more impressed with Super 7's 2003 TMNT Wave 13 versus NECA's 2012 TMNT. Please don't shoot me. What are your thoughts? You know what? Plucky. I was gonna say you're not wrong. Of course you're not wrong. It's your opinion. I was also maybe I got to see the whole pack out, but like when I saw, I think I too was. I'll say I was at least just as excited for the 2003 Turtles than. And again, I told John this that maybe it's because I have the Revoltech 2012 Turtles,
Yeah.
and that to me has kind of like satiated that like I feel like I've seen it. You know, I've seen this before, so I wasn't like it didn't impact me the way I thought it would. I'm still gonna get them, but it didn't hit me like oh my god, as opposed to like the Stan Sakai Turtles,
Yeah.
which every time I look at them, I'm like oh my god, what is this coming out? I have to admit, so I don't think that that's that controversial a take. Speaking of controversial, I can't wait for the Frost and Fire Dragons. $2. Thank you, buddy. By the way, they will for 100% make more dragons. Okay, like if this does well,
Well, they already said that because it's all based on the lore that these things are kind of like gods or whatever, and there's 4 of them. So they pretty much said that they're going to be making 4, and they're going to have all new sculpt. Not all new, I think mostly new sculpts, and maybe it was 1/6 Shooter that had said this.
yeah, yeah, it might have been. I like Michael Miller's. He goes, Jay always has fucking jacked co.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael, I was technically one of
Yeah.
his guests early on,
What he was
so
thinking about.
you're not wrong.
Right.
Unless you mean that, like, when you say fucking jack, like always getting like your car stolen,
Or
which also you wouldn't be wrong because I constantly am getting my car stolen
jacked on the coke.
or jacked on coke. But yeah, they did mention there'll be. I don't know, dude. This dragon thing, it's like why now? It's that's now you're getting into like fucking like statues. You're getting into. I want to see how posable it is.
Yeah. Not that,
Yeah.
yeah, mostly it just needs to be posable so you have more places to put it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
it'll
know.
fit somewhere.
What if you had dragons almost just like standing on top of each other, like one of those carnival acts? Like you know, like well, to put like a dog standing on top of another dog, stand like, and then it's just in one corner. Could you do that?
I think you could do that. I like that idea.
It looks so stupid.
Do a little pyramid like certain
Do like a little dragon pyramid. Somebody mentioned, by the way, and I lost the chat. I apologize. That those figures will sell for 250 to 300 on the aftermarket. I really do believe, looking at those action figures, people are going to want those.
What
And you
figure?
can only get them in the dragon thing. So if you're somebody
Uh,
who's like, I just want the dragon, and you want to defray the cost, like I would get those action figures and sell them because you'll make boku dollars. You know, and this doesn't hurt anybody because this is not a limited item. That's the one thing that always bugs me, John, about like when they're like, "Oh, flippers this, flippers that." I am the first one to attack flippers. I have had like flippers suck. However, if it is an item that anybody can buy and you can buy as many as you want, like you know, like an open pre-order. So let's say the Hiss tank. You could
mhm.
have bought, I don't know, couldn't you have bought as many as if it's an item where you can buy as many as you want, then there is really no hard like who loses in that equation. You know, like it's like go buy 50 of them, buy
Yeah.
50 of them and sell them this and that. My thing that bothers me is like career flippers that get limited stuff. They go into a Target, they get limited shit that they know people want,
Well, all
and they
these
go
the
flip it on
Pokemon
the app.
cards right now.
Huh?
The amount of places getting robbed for their Pokemon cards is crazy. Like
Oh, people are like
small, like
robbing people?
small mom and pop stores that are just like, you know, toy stores. Like Jim's Jim's treasure chests, and it's the only one, and he's got a bunch of reused, it's just like your favorite local toy store, but he has Pokemon cards in there. They're breaking in and stealing that stuff. Yeah, they're going crazy inside of like Sam's Clubs and Walmarts or whatever when they are getting released, coming off the pallet. People are like rushing in like it's Black Friday and just like going crazy for Pokemon cards so they can flip them.
That's the fact that you steal forget it. That's a whole. It's anyway. $5 USD super chat. Dragon launches tomorrow night, 7 p.m. EST, exclusively on the Four Horsemen. Okay, so it's not tonight. I thought it was tomorrow night. I do like this, John. I have to spotlight this.
Spotlight it.
Well, first of all, his tank. Devin said his tank was limit. Okay, so it wasn't unlimited. But I do really feel that if you wanted 20, huh?
Five's a lot.
Five's a lot. Yeah, five's already a lot. Plus, you could probably get more if you had like just create another account. Laser Pants confirmed the head will fit up his butt. Can I tell you something? Laser Pants, there have been so many comments about sticking figures up his ass that he actually texted me a few days ago, and he's like, "Fuck you," and I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" And then he just pasted all. I forgot what he did, but he's. I think he got the note. But I love it, man. I think continue
double down.
When like you got to double down, guys, because. And by the way, I do think that Laser Pants will be able to fit this dragon. Here's the trick with getting the dragon in his ass. Go scales facing outside of the ass. So like you don't want to go.
It's like sharks.
You don't want to go. It's like an arrow. You don't want to put you want to put the sharp points away from the rectum.
Yeah.
You stick it up there. And Laser Pants, I would probably even start with
taking it out.
What happened?
Although coming out, it's going to be like. Beep.
Well, I would assume maybe couldn't he like puke it like up or something, or like
Yeah, that's how it works. You're right.
Like
definitely
just
how it
get
works.
it through like a snake. I assume Laser Pants' anatomy is like a snake.
A reverse.
Where it's just like one thing that just like
it's amazing. I want people to double down on the comments and get it to the point where like the comment disappears automatically on YouTube, like #SuperMusk.
yeah. Hashtag.
Make so many people doing the comment that YouTube just thinks it's spam.
I love that idea. Because Laser Pants, he likes Action Force, and Action Force, as you know, because they are kind of like classified scale, they're very easy to fit up the ass. But what I am proud of him is he's expanded. I'm proud of Laser Pants because he used to only buy Valiverse stuff because it fit up his ass easy. But now he buys NECA stuff. So as his interest expanded, so did his rectal cavity. And I think that this Mythic Legions, by the time that dragon comes out, I think that your body, Laser Pants, will be ready to receive Bellathar the Green or whatever they're fucking calling him. Not only him, but all the exclusives in your ass. The fucking add-on with the wings in your ass. The other figure, the Fiery Knight in your ass. Everything right up his fucking ass. And then forget about what happens after. Forget about it, buddy. So he'll see this on the replay. I am proud of you. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Wow.
I like this comment that just popped up. What did I just walk into? John, here's my idea. Can I just tell you real quick my idea for Jimmy Tatsu on Arukusaki?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Episode 1. Okay, I didn't want to do. I'll be quick, chat. Okay, we'll get off this in a second. If you don't know, the Jimmy Tatsu and Arukusaki show that John and I are coming up with show Tatsu and Shredder as teenagers hanging out before they started the Foot Clan. Okay, and so and it's become my favorite thing to talk about. You got Jimmy Tatsu and Teenage Saki, okay, aka Arukusaki. And the scales are going to hurt, but like we said, you don't do it like you go scales out, you put it in his ass in the way the scales face. So this was my idea. And John, don't feel the need to be like, that's it. But this was just an idea. This is just one possible idea of an episode. The episode, I was calling it well, no, sorry. I don't have a name for it. But the premise is it's not an origin story. It's not how they met.
You're right.
Okay, because like we can do that later. It starts like you were talking about. Jimmy Tatsu is taking a shit playing Street Fighter, okay, and with the misdirect that you were talking about. Then you introduce Haruka Saki. They're working at some fucking department store. They have an asshole boss, and asshole boss is like, Saki, Jimmy, Tatsu, you know, you guys are closing tonight. He's like, we showed up. We're doing a double shift. He's like, yes, you fucking are. Fuck you. And he leaves and he lets them close, right? And so they're closing the department store and they're just kind of waiting, you know, just talking shit like, oh my God, like, you know, like close already. Some dude comes in bleeding, running from the cops, okay? And he's like, oh, what the fuck? And they're like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, the cops are after me, or whatever the dialogue is. And he has this whole bag of drugs, and he's like, hide this for me. And Haruka Saki's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, you know, he's like, fuck you. He's like, I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna come back for this, and you better fucking give it to me, or I'll kill the both of you. And they're like, and then he hears the cops coming, and he leaves. Okay, and so they're looking at this bag of drugs, and they're like, the fuck is this? And he's like, I think it's drugs. I don't know what it is. And now for the episode, they're like, dude, we can make a lot of money if we sell this because it's drugs. And they're like, yeah, but we don't know who to sell it to. We're not criminals. And they start trying to figure out. The episode is them like, we, you know, like they'll go up to like the homeless guy who like hangs out outside the department store. Is like, do you want to buy drugs? And he's like, man, I don't want to buy drugs. I just want to fucking drink. Like, I'm just fucking drunk. And they're like, okay, well, can it? And it's like a Beavis and Butthead episode where they're just trying to find who to sell the drugs to. And then there's like other bullies in the department store. So I had this bully scene where these bullies come up to him and they're like, what's up, Jimmy Fatsu and Haruku Sucky? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And they're like, we're trying to sell these drugs. And they're like, the fuck is it? And like, maybe one of them takes like a pill and you follow that guy. But like, that's it. They're just trying to, and the criminal says like, you don't do this. I'm going to stick my foot up your fucking ass. And he's like, and that's like the foot, you know what I mean? So he's put, you know, we don't want a foot in our ass. And so that the premise of the episode is they try, if you give a bunch of drugs to two nerds, can they make money? Like how? Like they don't know. Like if you gave me some drugs right now, I wouldn't know what to do with them. So that's a premise that I thought of yesterday.
Okay, I like it. Now let's just change the drugs to beer. Let's change the guy running from the cops, running from his mom. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, man, these are real specific now.
I like the idea of them trying to sell it to somebody. Maybe it's not the homeless guy or whatever, or the unhoused guy. But you can say like, I think with the bullies, they're like, oh, what the fuck you got there? You know, like they're not going to be out that they're trying to sell it. The bullies are going to see, oh, what the fuck you got there behind your back or whatever, because they were talking about it.
Oh, because they were talking. Okay, all right.
And then he's like, oh, well, fucking, what is this, fucking sugar or something? You know, and they're like, well, you know, or whatever. And he's like, oh, and there could be something where either with the bullies they steal it or something, or with somebody they're trying to say like, hey, we're trying to sell this, and some guy's like, oh, well, the thing is, you got to just check to see if it's real stuff, you know? Then you know what the price is. I don't know. I mean, it could be worth $20, could be worth $150. You know what I mean? So the first thing is, you got to taste it. You don't always know off the first taste. So sometimes you just got to taste the second one. And then you really know if it's still good, because sometimes they got a little, it's not as good when you do it the first time. Yeah, and then he just like keeps going into it to where they like barely have anything left. And he's like, I'd give you $20 for it.
Oh, so he's just getting okay, but you're on board for the premise of like they're trying to just find who to sell these drugs to. Like I'm talking just as a structure from like just giving them a goal.
Yes,
I thought okay, because I like the idea of a guy just right from the bat running in, guns blazing, cops chasing him. Oh, what the fuck? And it's like, hey, we're closing soon. Can you fuck you? And he's just like, you know, hide this for me. And it's like, what the, you know, it is bullies, you know, the shit out of them. And by the way, that dude can come back like later. Like he can come back for his drugs and kick the shit out of them.
Oh yeah.
And he could be like, "Where's the drugs?" He's like, "We don't have it, sir." However, remember the Dumb and Dumber scene where he's like, "I got something better than money. Those are IOUs." So like he can show up and like he'd be like, "Okay, where's the fucking drugs?" And he's like, "Sir, we don't have the drugs, but good news, we did sell them." "Oh, okay, what'd you sell them for?" And he shows them like a few like Transformers that are whatever they fucking bought it for.
Couple of nudie mags.
Yeah, a bunch of nudie mags, and the episode ends up with him kicking the absolute shit out of them because they sold. Yeah, they got $5 worth of nude magazines for 2,000. Huh?
For a fun comedic ending, after like you don't visually see them get their ass kicked because there's too much money in trying to do stunts and stuff, but you just see them like boom, boom, and then like they're down on the floor. They're still in the department store. Lights are out because they were closing up, and you just hear this guy pounding. You see like this, fuckers or whatever, and then you see the storefront window. If it is the homeless guy or whoever the guy is that did all the drugs, runs up and smashes against the window. He's like, it's just you woo, and then runs out or something. Like he's still jacked up on all the
he's still fucked up. You're saying he's still he's that guy who took the drugs. We can reference him a few times as just kind of roaming the streets, even if it's in the background of other scenes. Exactly. But you're saying it comes around in the end where he's just kind of like completely crazed.
Yeah, because you just see that, and then behind like this shot back here is the storefront window. It's nighttime, and you just see the shoulder pounding him.
Right.
And the comedic ending. Yeah, that dude's still.
Yeah. Could I play the homeless guy, John?
I don't. It might feel too typecast.
Hey man, those drugs. I remember I went over to the fucking strip mall, and there was a big refrigerator, and I opened that up. I saw these drugs, and they're fucking talking to me, and then I was just like, "The fuck is that?" And then this one motherfucker comes up and just punched me right here between the ear and neck right there. I was like, "What the fuck you punched me there?" And I woke up, I was like, "Man, I fucking go get a Red Bull." And I fucking went to get a Red Bull. I was like, drank a Red Bull. I was like, "Well, man, it's fucking Red Bulls. I could do it." You know
yeah, Red Bulls aren't out yet, but yeah, I like it.
Oops. he's a homeless guy from the future.
I know you guys. You run some like big thing. You got a bunch of fucking ninjas and all this shit. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Fucking, I jumped in DeLorean, and DeLorean was like, "I'll go there and see the 4 turtles." And they're like, "What the fuck is that?" What's great is what if he says stuff that's just true that ends up happening? You know what I mean? They're like, but at the time they're like, "As 4 turtles, a teenager, and one was eating pizza." I was like, "Oh my god, put the penicillin on the pizza." But I like penicillin, give him penicillin to my mom. Mom was like, "I don't know if I want the penicillin. Get the fuck out of my house, and you take 50 cents. You go get me some fucking beer." I was like, "Mom, I'm not do shit with that." You know what I mean? Like, and just have a whole thing, just like a whole, dude. I am this homeless guy. I can fucking do this.
Yeah. Start, go method. Start today.
Go meth.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
I like that.
All right.
I like that a lot. Saw this in the chat from Devin. I assume this is the thing. The Collector Con starts in 5 days. Looks like we have some items to look at. Here's your affordable 1977 Spider-Man. That's pretty fun.
Oh, I like this Spider-Man. This is for sale now?
In 5 days.
Isn't this like Japanese like Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, I think so. Right? 1977, which I thought was I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
John, I like how you just lost the. I love when your energy just drops.
Just depleted. Best. Just absolutely demolished.
Living Color, dude. I haven't thought of In Living Color forever. I used to love that show.
Yeah. Great.
Super chat. Toka that razor. I love you guys when you go off the rails like this. Take my money. See, thank you. I will take that $5 Toka that razor, although it might be for John. Let's face it. But yes, thank you for the support, buddy. Um. Oh, this
hard to get out.
dude.
Yeah,
What the
another
fuck's this guy's
$50
name
one
again?
and another $50 one. So in 5 days, whenever CollectorCon goes up for Walmart. Oh, he comes with a Cloak of Tarjay.
Yes, I see what you did, NECA. You are Ivan's. I'm happy to inspire you to give this guy the Cloak of Tarjay. How much is this guy, by the way?
$50, both of these.
John, is this are we predicting the future?
Went full circle.
This is really going full
We
circle.
went
So
full
these are
circle,
both.
jerk.
I will. Okay, hold on a second. How much was Crying Hound? Was he also $50?
That's somebody confirmed, yeah. So everything in this line is $50, basically. Is that true?
I'm telling you, man, $50 is just going to become like it's just these are big figures. I get it. I love this ace duck. I held it in my hand. Do I think it's $50? Negative. But I really think what's going to start happening moving forward is the big guys you can justify as $50 because you're like they're big guys, but then the smaller guys they'll just pack some stuff in there. You know what I mean?
A couple of teeth.
Sorry, Devin, I forgot. There's a lot of chats. Jesus, don't get sensitive on me now. I really think moving forward, it's going to be like pack it in with this, and then it's I again. I'm not saying that. Don't attack me. Don't. I understand things cost whatever, blah blah. But I'm just saying it's going to become a $50 toy line before you know it.
Well, think about just Target and Haulathon, and it's usually like $500 to $600 that people are spending to get the full release of everything that NECA puts out at a Haulathon. That's going to be a lot more when it costs more. You know how math works? Because I don't.
What's math?
I don't know. But yeah, imagine a whole line. I mean, the 4-packs used to be a little bit cheaper, like $125, and have a bunch of accessories. And now they're $150 with barely any accessories. And then things start to go clearance, which is rare to have a bunch of NECA stuff go clearance.
Yeah.
Man, the amount of stuff at Walmart's that people are posting, like at the Tatsus, they're seeing like 10 of them and then they're all clearance. And I mean, you could probably play that game with these potentially. These are not high demand figures like cartoon figures.
Same play chicken with these?
You could. Or duck.
You could. Yeah.
But it depends on the Walmart. Not all Walmarts discount their items, so.
Yeah. What else did they have? What else did they have?
They definitely picked the right time to piss off a lot of their customers. You know, I know there aren't tons of people out there like me that are saying we're not going to be buying NECA anymore. And whatever I do buy, like the Shredder, and if they ever make Tempestra, I won't review. I also have the Toon Diorama, but I ordered that obviously way before, and you can't cancel with them. I guess I'll just have to start making products specifically for the Toon thing. So it's a little side note. The little sign that has the pizza sign some people are missing, I think it's a thicker cardboard. I don't know if my print shop can go that thick, but if they can, then I'm going to start making things for that. I already have the like the billboards like this that I have. I've already designed them originally smaller to fit into that Toon billboard thing. So those will become available too.
They can go pretty fucking thick, John.
Oh, thank you.
Quip is saying we're all witnessing history being made. Drink it in, chat. These two are about to take Hollywood by storm. John, I think that you and I should take Hollywood by storm because Hollywood's not in a great place. Okay, let's face it. Everybody's like, I don't know what's selling now. You know, like nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody's making money. We'll make them some fucking.
We'll
money,
make them some money, and we'll clean it up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, we'll clean up this fucking town.
Until people start to like us and invite us to all the weird parties and the orgies and things, and then we'll be like, you know, Hollywood elites, and we'll be like, yeah.
You're saying that we want the chance to sell out.
Yes, I want the chance to be like 70 years old and have blood transfusions from 20-year-olds.
Ooh,
to live
that'd
longer.
be pretty cool. Roy the Duck and Speedo is just what I need to complete that one scene in Howard the Duck. uh, everything is $50 because no one ever returned the Donnie laugh.
Yeah, there you go. We'll show you guys.
Yeah, it's I don't know. So what is this newest Walmart thing? What is this event? What are they calling it?
The Collector Con. They do it every year.
Collector Con.
Twice a year, I think.
Collector Con. They're trying to con us out of our money. By the way, there's always every year there's always somebody in the chat that will say that. That'll be like
putting the con on. Yeah,
trying to con us, and then I have to do a polite.
I never heard that before. This is a good original thing you just now came up with.
All right, Jehonathan. Is there anything else to talk about?
Go check out these guys. Bull Airs. There's a lot of really, really, really cool designs, by the way.
Ooh, can you bring those closer?
I can, but I'm not.
Well, what am I looking at?
The shoe.
But what is that shoe?
This is a Dragon Ball themed.
Oh my god, that is fucking awesome, and that is perfect for you.
It's over 9,000.
That is. What does it say on the back? Say.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Yeah, look at the scouter on the flap.
Wow.
Yeah,
damn, these guys fucking go for it.
How did they get away with this? They really picked a classic design shoe, the Air Jordans, and really just have a lot of fun with these things.
John, can I see you wear those one day?
God, I'll wear them just for you. That'll be like an OnlyFans, but just for you. OnlyFriends.
Maybe you can help me start my OnlyFans because there's not a lot of traction.
Start with your feet.
I did. I don't have one subscriber, but
you have more.
Dude, that's got to be so great. You're just like a woman, right? And you're like, you just start an OnlyFans, and then like it's just like nobody like.
You don't even need to show your face.
No, you don't have to.
You don't even need to show above your feet. Like the fact that you can literally just sell feet photos. It's like, why aren't you doing that? If that's something you can do and easily make a ton of money, why aren't you doing it? You don't even have to be like a hardcore like thing.
If I was somebody who people would want to pay to see my feet, I would whore myself out like nobody's business. Not like it would be like if I could become a millionaire, you know, like some of these OnlyFans girls, it's like, I just made $1 million. You know what I mean? If by showing my feet,
10 million,
and then I don't have to work anymore because like if I became a millionaire, I guarantee you, John, I would be smart about it. All these people that lose their money, they're like, oh my god, I had millions, and I don't feel bad
like lottery, like people win the lottery.
Yes, you are a fucking schmuck, okay? Because there's so many ways to make your money work for you and to keep on generating money that if you just flat out have millions and you just I lost it, and I'm not saying some kind of tragedy. I'm just saying like you just fucking lost track of it. You are a fucking moron. That really annoys me. I would be so good at being rich.
Yeah,
it would be fucking crazy.
My girlfriend, I mean, she doesn't actively follow, I think, very many people on TikTok, but she's a big TikTok watcher. And that girl that makes like millions of dollars a month on OnlyFans like pops up, and she has her own thing. She's like just a normal TikToker or whatever. She doesn't have like sexy TikToks. She just has normal like vlog stuff, which is crazy. So she's making money off that too. But she'll watch something and then just be like, God, it's fucking crazy how much money she's made. And then she's like, I don't know if she's ever been serious about it. She's like, would you like, what if I started selling feet pics? Would you care? I was like, I don't fucking care. Sell them. That's easy. If you think you can do it and sell them, because at the end of the day, they're just pictures of anyone's feet.
Right.
Nobody, like the only person that knows it's you is you. And then maybe me or whatever. But do that thing. It's just feet. You're not even being weird with
I mean, if you have fucking simps that are willing to pay you money, for some kind of anonymous thing, I'd be like, dude, yeah. If you get rich enough, you can just live off the interest, dude. There's so many ways just to fucking stay wealthy. Right now, we pay money just to see you hat. Wow.
it. Oh God, I remember
Would you
that
really
one.
pay? I'll
That
do an
one.
OnlyFans. How about OnlyFans and I don't wear a hat? There you go. Pay
Yeah.
me fucking millions now. Um, like that OnlyFans that all these were looking at every day because all she did was take pictures of her butt. Then 4 years later, her roommate posted a real pic of her, and she was a man. It's a man, baby. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. You've been paying for a man. Well, some people might like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, what
Double your
a
income.
oopsie. Once you get to 4 million, I think you're in the neighborhood of 1 million per year on interest alone. God, can you imagine? Can you imagine making $1 million on interest alone? You don't do anything. That's not even real estate money. I know that's what a lot of people do. It's like they invest in real estate and then they have money that comes in, but you got to take care of that. You got to fix stuff. You got to, like repair things. You can't be like a landlord that doesn't do anything. But interest is basically not, you don't do anything.
Dude, I know it's stupid. It's so stupid. But then America will finally realize it's like just the fucking moment that you and I start to make millions of dollars and we're millionaires. Just the day that fucking happens is when America realizes we shouldn't have millionaires and billionaires, and they fucking come and like murder all of us. We're like, no, but I give.
I will booby trap my house. I will take everybody with me if they try to raid my fucking house for my millions of dollars, John. Okay, I'll create a money bin and I'll make it all pennies because that makes it not easy to get. You know what I mean? Like anybody could come in and just take assets, but I'll create a money bin for myself. By the way, money. I don't recommend making a money bin
Like
and diving into it.
Okay.
You can break your neck doing that.
Well, not if you're Scrooge McDuck. If it's anybody that steals his money, they fall into it. It's like concrete. Only he is the one able to swim.
Oh, okay.
So
Got it.
he's aware. We just have to learn what he's doing.
Okay. That's fair enough. John, do you think we could somehow make $1 million off Jimmy Tatsu and Haruku Saki? Like, even though we don't have the rights?
Well, I think we could. I think $1 million could be there, but I don't think that there'd be much of a profit margin in there.
Wait, what does that mean? Like, are you saying you could make $1 million, but
a lot to make? At some point, $1 million is like raised for it, but because of all the things that has to go paid out, and then because we're getting sued, so I don't think there's much profit in there for us to have by the end of that.
Oh yeah, there's the whole lawsuit of it all.
Yeah, it's like a company they write in their losses, their shrinkage, so they know that there's going to be theft and these things that they have to pay for and blah blah blah. We have to go into this knowing that we're going to get sued.
Right. Well, Devin said, why not seek out the rights?
Well, because we don't know how to do that. And
yeah, I don't know how to do that.
You seem to know how to do that, but we don't want to pay other people.
Yeah. Devin, can you help us out? I have no idea. I don't know how to get rights to anything. Okay. John, you know what? I guarantee you, if I look up fan films on GoFundMe or Kickstarter, that there are some fan films that were funded to the tune of a lot of money. I have nothing that I can verify this, but I know that they make Masters of the Universe fan films.
Yeah.
They make, Batman versus Wolverine fan films. I bet you that there is a world where you can, we write a script for this animated Jimmy Tatsu and Haruku Saki thing, okay, and we do it as a fan film, okay, and we raise whatever money, for it, and then that just becomes our money. We allocate the money to make the fan film, and then whatever we have left over, you and I either we put it away or we put it into the next fucking fan film.
So
I think you can do.
We need to raise $2.5 million.
Jesus, why do we have to raise so much money?
Well, 0.5. The 500,000 is going to go to make the production, and then we each get $1 million so that we can finally millionaire thing.
All right, so yes, we raised 2.5 million, and then we get a flash artist with zero skill just to put it together. I like that.
Okay, it's animated. We're
Isn't
going
it?
to raise all
Isn't
that
it?
money and not do,
I mean, isn't it animated from the start?
only because we weren't going to fund it. But now that we're getting a funded project, we're going to hire Asian actors, as the right thing to do, and then actually produce this thing so it has that. I want it to feel like a movie or show that's shot today, but it has an 80s feeling to it. So there's like film grain, you know?
Well, that stuff you can do After Effects.
Yeah, I know.
Film grain is easy. What's going to be hard is costumes.
Yeah.
Because if you do something fucking specific and it's not in one location, you're really fucked.
Oh, I know. The hardest part will be the because we put them in an electronics store or whatever.
All right, we can adjust the story to wherever they are. Alpha Proto says, I gave money for a few TMNT fan films. Dude, I'm gonna do a deep dive on what fan films can like generate because because there's no legality. If you come out with a fan film, you can put that shit on YouTube. Nobody cares. I don't think you're crossing any kind of legal threshold if you make a fan film because you're just going to the community. Hey, do you want to see? It's like those films where like Wolverine fights Batman, and they're shot real well, but they'll do like a scene where something happens, and they go, "Who wins?" Dude, somebody's paying a lot of money for those costumes and for that choreography to make those fucking films.
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. Devin has a point, John. Yeah. The way that Cobra Kai is a vacuum.
Yes, I mean this is Cobra Kai is like it takes place after the fact, but this would fall into that same kind of concept of like you could definitely do Cobra Kai prequels. That would be pretty fun.
I say the first thing, it's always a script, right? Start with a script. We put a script together, okay? And then we'll even show it to our people here in the chat. And we'll kind of we'll do a reading of it and we'll see, what do people think? Like, how does it land? You know what I mean? And then I think animated is the easiest way to go because it's I don't know, you can control it all, but who knows?
Yeah.
Exactly. If you don't monetize it, so the funding of it is not, I don't think they consider that monetization. Maybe somebody in the chat can correct me, but I've seen plenty of fan films that are raising money. I don't think that's considered monetization.
Because you're just paying, you're not trying to profit off of the thing at the end of the day. You're just trying to create the thing. So that funding is going into the creation of it, not profiting from it having been made.
Right. But I still think you can profit. So Jamelin Park says the issue right when you start making profit. But here's the thing. I think you can profit from the, if you had leftover money in the till in the fundraiser, that is considered a profit. I think that's okay.
Yes. Yeah. I this comment because I was like, a Cobra Kai prequel would be great. And he's like, I'd love to see what the fucking
man, that is a genius. That's a brilliant fucking idea.
Just do it a movie. Do it like a one and done thing.
Well, John, maybe at some point we can show people where Aruku Saki and Jimmy Tatsu end up. Maybe they go to New York and they meet other people when they're adults. I don't know. Where does that end up? Yeah. Anyway, so I think the moral of the story, John and I are going to raise John, how do we say we become millionaires again? Was it 2.5 million?
Yeah.
So 2.5 million, 500,000 goes into production, 1 million goes to each of us. Yeah, so I think that becomes the goal. We raise
but we have to word it because it's a fan film that the $2 million is just because we want to become millionaires, which is a side project. But rather than creating two Kickstarters, we wanted to just funnel it into one thing to make it easier for our fans. So the $2 million is separate from the project. The $500,000 is how that is all purely for the.
I like that, but we'll say that in the fine print.
Yeah.
We'll say when because on the Kickstarters you got to do a Q&A.
Yeah.
So we'll write in the Q&A why does this cost 2.5 million? And we'll say, well, logistics of animation, this and that, or whatever we do, blah 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 blah. So we need about $500,000. The other are because, and then in one line we write, the others is because our second goal is to become millionaires. So like, and we just leave it at that. You know what I mean? And and by the way, I think if you do it through Indiegogo, it doesn't matter. Like if you fund something in Indiegogo, you get to keep whatever the money is. So if we set a goal for 2.5 million, and let's face it, we make $6,000, which is probably what we would make. like we can take that 6,000 and try to maybe get a flash artist, cobble something together. Versus Kickstarter, if you say 2.5 million, if you make 2.4999, you've forfeited everything. Yes. Oh, and by the way, I want to be producer. Anybody can if you submit, you become a producer. If you fund, you become a producer, and then we'll have a gigantic 2-hour long. If we made 2.5 million, 2-hour long producer credit roll.
Yeah, the movie's only 10 minutes.
Yeah, the movie's not gonna be long. But yeah, I think that's a good goal. 1 million for each of us, and then 500,000 to make the thing. I think that's good.
I think speaking on the reality sake of things, we could definitely do the animation first, proof of concept kind of stuff. Then, based on where you are and the things that possible in your neck of the woods and your connections. Oh God, I just removed my whole oh God. I
John,
think
just hold the mic like you're fucking doing America's Got Talent or whatever.
We do a short film, like a 10-15 minute short film or something, or maybe 30 minutes, depending on what we could get out of it, with live actors to show like what the vibe is and all that stuff and what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, Monsters of Me, you can be an executive. Yes, we're going to. John, we're going to make it happen.
Like any of you, whatever title we give you, you don't have real Hollywood version of that, so you're not going to be able to say like, "Oh, well, the studio's thinking that this part needs to change, and maybe we don't call him Fatsu because that's kind of body shaming."
Yeah, we don't want any of that shit. We're just going to make it. And also, by the way, this is not like an application for Hollywood. Like John and I just want to make something that's fun, like a fun fucking thing. Yeah. We're not like, we hope to make. I don't care.
And then get into Hollywood and clean it up.
Yeah, exactly. We don't give a shit. Other than horror movies, like they don't.
I like horny movies too,
or horny movies. Madhatter, sorry if it sounds off topic, but do you know what Jada Toy's making a 1/20 scale Herbie this year? I didn't. They're big into cars though, so I although Jada Toys, we didn't talk about it. FYI, just side note, Jada Toys revealed Scooby-Doo figures that they are up for pre-order, and they look fucking great.
Yes, they do. And Rama Toys needs to make a Hancock the love beetle. Something that's not Herbie the love bug.
Oh, like ooh.
But
yes.
1/12 scale Herbie.
I would love a beetle, like the ramen beetle.
It would be hard to turn it. I mean, you could do a yellow version, so you're playing off of Transformers. At least the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah, that market might not be as large, but a 1/12 scale. It's also a smaller car, so it's a little easier to deal with on your shelf. A 1/12 scale, 6-inch Hancock. Well, Herbie Hancock is what I was thinking of, but Hancock is that's a Will Smith movie.
Yeah, John, you got real off. Like you kind of fucked that one up.
I was trying to not say Herbie, and then I said Hancock. Herbie Hancock. I'm thinking of because of Chris Farley.
Oh yeah.
He's like, he needs his John Hancock, and he's like,
like Herbie Hancock. I love Chris Farley. Anyway, John, is there anything else?
No,
that's it. Okay. Anyway, yes, NECA prices, we'll see. Who knows? Holothon's coming up. I thought every Friday was the Holothon. John and I probably talk about it ad nauseum, let's face it. Collector Con. Don't get conned. And then there's a giant dragon that a certain YouTuber may or may not be able to stick up his ass. And I think that's all. I'm going to be thinking about that. Take that visual as you continue on with your day, with your Friday. Okay.
Maybe Ace can do a poll. Would you buy a 112 Volkswagen? I mean, it did get made by Hitler, so I don't know if you want to support that, buddy.
Wow, even my grandmother jumped in a German car towards the end of her life. My grandma was just like, fuck it.
Oh my God.
She's like, and she was actually in the Holocaust. She's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to fucking, but you know what? She gets a fucking pass, okay? My grandma gets a fucking pass.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants or could
Yeah.
do whatever.
All right. R.I.P. Anyway, that's it, chat. Friday. Well, I was about to say Friday the 13th. John, do your little spiel. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, be sure to follow Abasai Photography over on Instagram. Great spot to find out what's going on with the doors and the lights and all the other things he's making. Like you showed off in your other video, the balcony. So a lot of great things come to the NECA street scenes from Abasai Photography.
Yes. A lot of people asked me on the last video, he did sell out of the lights, but he said he'll make going to get more.
Yeah, he's the new hot creator for the street scene.
Yeah, he's very good. Lee Howell has a great idea, Granny April rap.
Okay, go for it.
Can you give me a beat?
There's too much delay for that to work.
Oh, Jonathan, it was a pleasure to do a live stream with you. When I leave, I'm going to be very upset and say boo-hoo. But it's okay. It's Friday, so I will get on with my day. And I hope that you don't go away and you come back and talk to me because I love your company and I love when we talk and share stories. And it makes me smile, even though all my friends have passed away. Oh my God, 50 AUD. Hold on, let's go over this real quick. Whoa! Ben Stone, Johnny, thanks for the upgrades. It's probably for Jonathan. Damn it.
I don't know. You're here.
Matt Hatter, I've already sold the flippers to my New Zealand buddies, friends for double bubble. That actually was a better. I did the New Zealand comment, but almost with an Australian accent. You would be proud. I lost it. When's the Musk coming out? And do you like the price and release date for the release Playmate Sewer Layer? Thank you, buddy, for the 50 AUD, which, John, I just did the conversion. That's like $190. And thank you for supporting Flipboard. I don't know when is the Musk coming out? We got to answer this guy, Ben Stone, because he put 50 AUD in both our pockets. So if Ace can let us know. And do you like the price and release date for the re-release Playmate Sewer? Did they say how much the re-release Playmate Sewer Layer was?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't
know what it is. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much it is, man. Is anyone in the chat can Musk in December? Ooh. Okay. I don't know how much Sewer Layer is, but I'm very tempted. Although I don't go too hard with Playmates. Like I got the turtle toilet.
Yeah.
Or the toilet taxi. We'll see. I'll see it on the shelves and probably
pretty confident that thing was $50 back in the day.
It had to be because we didn't have any more than $50.
Right, and I didn't have as badly as I wanted the sewer, couldn't have it because my brother and I each had like $25 to spend, and I wanted that. My mom was like, "You'd have to go in on it together," and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's. I didn't have any siblings, but we were poor, so it didn't really matter. Solico, Matt Hatter, truly, Matt, and I love it. What a comment to go out on. That's it. That's it. That's the show. That's the live show. Homeless guy rap. Hey, Jonathan, had good fun doing show with you. It was a lot of fun. Even though I went over there and called Red Bull right to the face, orbital bone, completely cracked right here. But then they said, come to the doctor, say orbital bone, it's got some fucking adamantium, well, you can kind of mutant. I said, no, I'm not mutant, but I got fucking, I would remember when I fucking